Hey, what's going on? This is Jeremiah Davis. I'm the funding coach, and I got a special guest with me. Let me bring him in. It's Garrett Cole. He is the tax man, and he's going to give us all the 411 on the PPP and the EIDL. There's so much information out there, man. I don't even know which way to go. But I've known you for a while, some years actually, and you know your stuff, man. I see your lives, I see you do what you're doing, and I'm like, okay, this is who I'm going to partner up with and get the correct information and get it out to the people that follow me and watch my lives. And I'm the funding coach, so it's money I got to know too.
Exactly, especially in your business.
I don't know taxes, and I'm not even going to pretend like I know taxes. So I brought a tax professional to give us all the information that we need. So just real quick, man, just introduce yourself and let us know how long you've been in the business and, things like that.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. First of all, Jeremiah, I actually like to thank you for bringing me on. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'd actually like to thank you for bringing me on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I had to mute. But first of all, I'd really like for you to thank you for bringing me on and taking that in consideration. I take that with high regard. Everyone, my name is Garrett Cole. If you don't know me, see me on my crazy Facebook lives. I like to keep it real. I am the co-owner of Cole & Brogan Accounting here in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been in the tax industry for over 25 years. I pride myself in integrity and being knowledgeable. I am also the Chief Executive Ambassador of the Association of Black Tax Professionals, where we have almost 3,000 tax professionals in the group, and these are business owners. But Mr. J, he brought me in today to talk about this EIDL and this PPP for the small business owners.
That's right. Because I get people calling me all the time. I have a wide range of affiliates that send me funding deals. Most of them are in the credit repair space, and but in this day and age, it's like information overload, right? And obviously, we all know there's people out there that get a tidbit of information and try to make some money off of it. But it usually, a lot of times, I don't say usually, but there's times it's the wrong information and it messes people up. And I know you and me both. They come to us after they got messed up. They're like, well, I don't know what we do, So I really, I built my reputation on trying to do things right the first time. Not to say I ain't never made no mistakes.
Exactly.
But educating myself or partnering with the right people to get the correct information, because ain't nobody got time to go to jail and get caught up in no fraud, And I just want my name to be have a clear name and a reputable name, and I think I have that. I've established that, so I want to keep that. So
exactly.
So let's just dive right into it. Okay. What's available right now as far as in the government funding?
Okay. Well, as everybody knows, this pandemic brought on a great light. It disturbed a lot of businesses. If you're a small business owner, 9 times out of 10, it disrupted your service and your business and your cash flow. So, Congress came along with the different stimulus packages, stimulus bills, and what's available now is the payment protection program. So that's definitely put into place for the people to help employ their staff, or what a lot of people don't realize, they're a sole proprietor and they're like, I don't have any employees, Jeremiah. But in this funding world, you are your employee. So yes, you can receive funding for yourself. And with that payment protection program, you can be a sole proprietor. When we think of a sole proprietor, you can it could be a lawn guy that's starting his business. It could be your grandmama that's baking cakes. There's a wide range of things that you can actually do that you don't think, it's like the person that's riding down the street picking up the junk beside the road, scrap iron. That person can actually get funded for this. Sole proprietorship, S Corp, C Corp, or LLC. All of these people can actually get funded.
Okay, so that's, I didn't know that. I didn't know. So you can just say you've got a business, right? Hold on, I'm gonna clarify.
Yeah, please.
Okay, how about instead of me guessing, Let's clarify what a sole proprietor is for the audience, because I don't want nobody calling me talking about, hey, can we get that? And then try to make something up, trying to get an application. We've seen a lot of people get caught up and went to jail on the last go round. So we don't do that here. We don't do none of that here.
Exactly.
Let's clarify a sole proprietorship.
Well, a sole proprietorship is truly anyone that's making an honest living that is actually, you don't have to have any paperwork, but however, you are doing this and you are actually filing this on your tax return, or you're going to file this on your tax return. You notice I stressed the point, filing. So you just can't make something up out of the blue. So you got to have certain documents to substantiate this. And one substantiation is your bank account. So the SBA, whatever fintech or bank you go to, they're going to want to see your February 2020 bank statement. And Jeremiah, you've been in that banking world longer than I have, and you have seen a lot. They can detect fake bank accounts. A lot of people are making up things as they're going along. This is what they do for a living, and they can spot that from a mile away. So definitely have to. If you file this on your tax return and you're going to file this on your tax return, then you can apply. Not being funny, Jeremiah, you could be somebody, a stripper, somebody that work at OnlyFans. Because OnlyFans is a platform where you receive a 1099.
Right.
So, people like that can actually apply for this from that smallest level. And you can apply for several businesses as well.
Oh, great. Well, the first thing that came to my mind was my barber. Right. Got me a first cut today. So he would be a good candidate. Anybody that's providing a service to the public, right? That's getting paid for it and depositing the money into their account.
Exactly.
So they got a paper trail. And
exactly.
Yeah, I've seen fraudulent bank statements for large dollar amounts. I didn't catch it. I caught it. The bank's like, and please don't do that to me, because that makes me real foolish when the bank sends me an email saying these are fake, and then I'm gonna call you and be like, why are you sending some fake bank statements? What you can't get that. You're not smarter than the bank. You're not smarter than the government. There's no shortcuts. There's no loopholes. Just do it right, and then you'll be better off for it. So, okay, so we got that clarified. So if you are independent contractor, handyman, painter, barber, even some bartenders, service workers, right, can apply for the PPP if you've been affected. What are the requirements? Let's talk about that. What are the requirements to be considered or get approved for PPP?
Well, that's very interesting. That's a great question. The first round, let's deal with the first round, okay? Like I say, the first round, you have to meet one of those qualifications. You have to show proof that you had income coming in. Like I said, that bank statement, or if you have any software like QuickBooks or Bookkeeper to substantiate this, that'll get you qualified. And a copy of your tax return, whether it's on a K1 or Schedule C. And the second round is completely different. Now, on that first round, I know everybody say, "Oh, this is real easy. This is easy." They pretty much do their systems of checks and balances, because even though Joe the barber may not have a website, I noticed that this time around they started looking and probing around a little longer to see if they can really locate you. Google My Business and different platforms. I'm not gonna name them so you can go ahead and do it, but they're doing a broad search out there, so they're doing their job. Now the second draw, we call this the draw, DRAW. The second draw is different from the first. On the second draw, you must show a 25% reduction in income, a loss in income, 2020 versus 2019. So with that being said, you can pick any quarter, but it has to be quarter versus quarter. First quarter of 2019 versus first quarter of 2020, third quarter of 2019 versus third quarter of 2020. So it can't be mismatched. Okay. So once you go through your bank account, find that 25% reduction that you reported on that first loan. Then you must pull those bank statements, submit that along with your ID along with that same 2019 tax return that you submitted over to them. Then at that point, the banks may ask for additional information. So it's just not cut and dry. Some banks will then turn around and ask you for 6 months of bank statements. So we have no control over what the banks ask for, but they do check this. And you will not receive more than you received the first time around because it's still based on those same numbers.
Okay, so let me just make sure I understand.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that information there is what primarily pertains to people who got the first round of PPP
Uh-huh.
and are reapplying for the second round of PPP have to show a 25% reduction in any given quarter through the year.
Yes.
Right? 4 quarters in the year, right? Business quarters. If you don't know, look it up, Google. Okay. But if you lost revenue in any given quarter from 2020 to 2019, then you will qualify for the second round of PPP.
Exactly.
Right? See what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. I'm applying too, y'all. Don't get twisted. I'm learning too. Okay, yeah. So, but I'm just use myself as an example. I did not apply for the PPP the first time.
Uh-huh.
What do I need to qualify to apply for the first round?
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, it's very interesting that you say that you didn't apply. A lot of people didn't apply because they didn't know how long this pandemic was going to be around. And so, with that being said and done, the business was disrupted. Now the money went away. We're like, hey, what's going on? But with that first round, like I say, the only thing you need is a copy of that tax return, February 2020 bank statement. That the tax return, those numbers on there is going to be your qualifier. And sole props, S corps, and C corps. I say this with hesitation because when we become an S corp and become a C corp or the LLC, we stick our chest out and come up with pride. I got the LLC. But in the banking world, things are different. So, they ask for 940s and 941. So if you're S corp, C corp, or LLC, you don't know what that is. Like Jeremiah said, you need to go research it, because that's what you're actually supposed to be using for a payroll and not a draw, just forwarding the money over. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter at that point. So in this world with the SBA, you can be considered a sole proprietorship. So my thing is, Jeremiah, or you can take this $8, $10, $20, $30,000, or you just can walk away from the table. And I mean, that could be used greatly to actually grow and scale your business.
Yeah, no, I want that. Let me get that.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. Mm-hmm. So I just noticed, we're on social media, we see all the information and things just flowing around in the atmosphere.
Oh yes.
And I get a lot of calls from people wanting me to explain differences between the PPP and the EIDL. So why don't you explain it to them?
Okay, so now the PPP, the EIDL, the grant, everybody's confused. A lot of people still today are confused. We're almost a year in, y'all really realize this or not. Now, the Payment Protection Program, that's the one where you go through the banks. It is an SBA program, but they gave the fintech banks and the traditional financial institutions a chance to make revenue off of this to process these loans. And that's the one that is 100% forgivable if you use 60% on payroll and 40% on other expenses in the business. Now, the EIDL, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, this is the one that is credit based. You must have a 570 credit score. You can have a 600 and be declined if you had a recent late charge off, et cetera, et cetera. Now, this is the one that you have to pay back. It is a 30-year note, but it's at a 3.75% interest rate, which is astronomical. I know people that are paying $60, $70, $100 a month on like a $50,000 or $60,000 loan. I mean, that's insane. You're not gonna find that anywhere. So, and then again, your tax return, bottom line, and your gross revenue is going to determine how much you're going to qualify for. And people, like Jeremiah said, don't try to be slick, because at this point they can ask for your 45016. That's your official tax transcript from the IRS. So there's no reason in lying, because they're going to verify, they're going to check it, and they're going to look for you before they give you their money. And the grant part, you cannot apply for the grant alone, because a lot of people are like, I just want to get the grant. I want to get the grant. So with that grant, once you approve for the loan, they will then turn around and give you the grant, but it's in conjunction. So you're not just gonna be able to flood these people's systems. So don't even think about it. I had people hit me about a month, 3 or 4 weeks ago. The ink wasn't even dry. No, I got rejected. I got turned down. It's because it's not open. And then if you visit it one time, you already have the EIDL. You cannot go back and apply again. You can ask for a reconsideration of more funds, but you got to have a whole lot of supporting documents at that point.
Okay, well, actually, we haven't talked about that, but I did get I got the EIDL. I did submit a lot of documents because, well, they thought I was a different type of business, so I had to clarify my business model. And then I got approved, got the money.
Okay.
And now I was in the process of asking for the reconsideration. And then they responded and said they wanted all this, yada, yada, yada. It's still sitting in the inbox on the bottom. And I'm like, okay, as soon as I get through all the other stuff, I'm going to get back to that. But now I'm talking to you, so we will discuss that later. So,
I'm here for you, man.
Okay, so I'm just going to try to summarize and recap. So you can get another PPP if you got one before.
Yes.
You cannot get a second EIDL for the same business if you already got one, but you can request to be reconsidered to get an increase on the first loan.
Yes, that's correct.
And you have to get approved for the loan for the PPP. Clarify, to even be considered to have that converted into a grant.
That's right.
Okay, so
you did pretty good.
Yeah, listen, but no, this is the type of stuff that people ask a lot of questions about and get convoluted because, well, either they're not doing the research or not talking to a professional like yourself. And I don't like to I'll tell people I don't know. I don't do taxes. Well, I'm trying to figure it out, but and quite frankly, we got to do better.
Yes, a whole lot better.
Right, and I'm promoting, I'm coaching. My funding, all my businesses are designed to help business owners or people starting out to start a business, grow a business, and succeed. And it's just so critical that you do it right. Get paid for it. Separate your finances from your personal and your business. Start working on your personal credit. Have good personal credit, and build your business credit up. So you can. The more you have these things in the right position, the more likelihood of success. When things like this happen, right? And we all see there's a lot of businesses that didn't make it through this pandemic because they didn't have the resources. If they had some extra credit cards to access that more capital, right? They might have been able to keep their doors open a little bit longer to get wait till things reopen, or diversify and become more creative. And food delivery is crazy right now. There's some industries that are thriving in the pandemic. So it depends on what type of business you have. You might need some resources to adapt to the situation to keep your business open and going forward. So when you think the EIDL, so the EIDL is not available yet, right?
That's correct.
So when you think, so when it does become, first tell us when it's going to be coming open, and well, basically you just told us that if you got the first round, you can apply for reconsideration for more money. But what if you didn't even apply the first time? Maybe you didn't apply and didn't need it, or whatever the case may be, didn't get around to it, but you can, when it reopens, you can apply for the first time. Give us some information about that.
Okay. So I have been very fortunate through the pandemic to spend 8-10 hours a day watching webinars, getting plugged in, and actually I'll have a weekly webinar every Thursday with a representative from the SBA, and it's only 8 of us in there, Jeremiah. So it is intimate, so I'm able to get a lot of questions answered, with the public and what I want to know. So the estimated timeline should be within the next 2 to 3 weeks. They're looking at like 3 weeks from now. So they were supposed to be out last week, but they're pushing it back a month. So when you apply, please have your financial documentation in order. Just like when you come over to Jeremiah for funding, I imagine he gets a lot of garbage on his table. They are going to be looking to make sure that your tax return is filed. Those tax documents are in order. So I wouldn't even begin and bank statements. They're going to ask for that. So this time around, so make sure you have those things in order. Look at your tax return. I have so many people come to me, Jeremiah, their tax return is all jacked up. They sitting on a negative $110,000 business loss off of $10,000 worth of income. That doesn't make any sense. That's impossible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, make sure that you look at first before you even apply. Make sure you look at your bank statement, not bank statement. Make sure you look at your tax return. I seen a lady with $200,000 with negative income. So I was like, how would Mr. Wonderful think of that if you go before him asking him for money?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, well, let's put this disclaimer out there as well.
Uh-huh.
One of our colleagues said that's another thing I see people doing who don't do taxes, doing people's business PPP and EIDL applications, which I don't know why you would do that. But we're here to provide these people some information, some solid information that they can sleep easy at night with. I would say do not have Pookie now.
Exactly.
Applying for government money on your behalf.
Exactly.
Okay. What would you say? Give us some advice.
Yeah. So let's keep it real, everybody. Now you supposed to everyone that's watching this up on the Jeremiah in my timeline, and he caters to business owners. That's who we are speaking to. Okay, business owners. So you got to treat yourself like a business. So I've talked to some people this past couple of weeks that was very interesting, and they couldn't find the person who did their loan.
Wow.
They didn't get any documentation. Some of them, the money was wired to them, so God knows what the person kept. So go to somebody that's credible, somebody that you can put your hands on all year long. Even though you may be in Washington State, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, you can put your hands on me because I'm on Facebook constantly. I've been in business for over 15 years, and I'm not going anywhere. Jeremiah, he's been in business, I think, as long as not longer. We're not going anywhere. So these people that you can, we're people that you can actually trust, that we know we have made a name for ourselves out there in the industry. So we're not a fly-by-night operation. I was just speaking to one young lady just before you called, Jeremiah. She don't know what's been put on the application, but she wants to apply for the PPP. So now you can tell this government agency, and I know about how much put down because of how much EIDL should receive. So you can tell these people you made $40,000 to put $20,000 down on the PPP. Hello, somebody. I'm not doing it. My hands are not doing it. So, these things are very, very important when it comes to this because they are beginning, Jeremiah. I found out today, there's been a myth about that $10,000, and they are going back now. No, I don't want to scare people now because if you're doing the right thing, you have nothing to worry about. But they're going back, researching and cross-referencing with the IRS.
Hey, listen. I know, and for me, right, I do a wide range of loans for a wide range of individuals, anywhere from personal loans, business loans, equipment loans, real estate investment loans, I got a pretty much a loan product for any situation. Obviously, you have to qualify for those, but that's what I do. I know if you tell me this, this, and this, well, this is the direction we need to go. All right,
Exactly.
you want this type of loan, but you don't qualify for that type of loan. I can get you on this one. But regardless of all that, I get a lot of people calling me just to be relatable to want stated income or no doc loans. And I just create these little litmus tests for myself just to keep it simple, right? And once it's all said and done, I say, well, would I loan myself my money to these people? They say it ain't complicated. If you come to me and say, I got this, this, and this, I want $100,000.
Uh-huh.
I go, okay, I'll give you $100,000. That ain't never happened. But my point being is the bank ain't either. So to my affiliates, to those who call me, it's like, well, this and this and this and this and this. I'm like, okay, would you give me your money? And they always pause, it's dead silent, and they go, no. I'm like, well, why do you think the bank would? The bank hasn't changed, right? And my point I'm making is we're in business, right? We're trying to change people's lives. We're trying to elevate our communities and change their environment. You got to do it right. You can't be bootlegging out. You can't be bootlegging the stuff out here. And you might get by for a while with it, but when the road meets the road, you're going to have the documents to support it.
Exactly.
And I have partnered with Garrett to process these loans through my company, Business Funding Now. So we doing it by the book.
That's straight. Right.
Okay. So I already have the app on businessfundingnow.com website. You can go submit it, and for all my affiliates or all my clients, it's ready, and we're going to process them. We're going to do it by the numbers so it gets done correctly and get you the money that you need for your business. Okay. I often try to educate people, when you get this money, don't go buy no Gucci. don't go buy nothing foolishness. Okay. Use this money smartly to grow your business. Put it into marketing. Put it in the infrastructure. Put it into something that's going to, as an investment, to generate more income for your business. So, and that's what we got to do. And add your 2 cents to it? What is your words of wisdom when out here applying for this type of money, and doing their taxes and running a business? Your expertise.
Yeah. Well, one thing you want to do when applying for this money and you receive it, think about, go ahead and have your plan set in place. Like Jeremiah said, marketing. This payment protection program, they expanded to Jeremiah so that you can buy software. They added software in so you can help automate your business and grow your scale and grow your business on a different level. So, you want to make sure that your financials are in order for your bookkeeping, record keeping. And let me say something, Jeremiah, you thought about this. You cannot operate a successful business off of Venmo and Cash App. Okay. And I'm being serious about that. You need to transfer over to the banking world the way that you should, and put your systems in order, because that's gonna show your net worth of your company. And don't ever say you will never ever sell your company, because baby, if somebody comes along with the right dollar, you can have this one. I can start another one after that non-compete is over with. So that's very important, because you actually want to scale and grow your business with these funds instead of frivolously giving, spending your money on cars and watches and everything else.
Absolutely. And if you don't know, I provide merchant accounts as well. And that's how I got in the game, is providing merchant accounts for the credit repair industry, high risk industry, but all business types all over for the last almost 20 years. So it is essential that you have these systems in place, and it just makes you more credible. Okay. Yes. If you're saying, okay, cash at me, I'm not doing it. I'm just telling you right now, I want to go to your website, and if I want to buy it, I'm going to put up my information and make the transaction like I do with Amazon or anybody else. And so this is what you have to do. Okay, there is no shortcut. You're not smarter than the banking industry. You're not smarter than the government. Neither are we. You know, but if you do it right, you can be very successful. And trust me, all the people that we look up to, the coaches that we look up to, the gurus in any industry that we're following, you know, our friends that are making 6, 7, 8 figures, they do it the right way. They have accountants, they have software, they have infrastructure, they have marketing, they have people, they have employees. You can't do it any other way. All right, and that's why it's important. So if you need the PPP, let's get it right. Let's do it right. And if you need the EIDL, it's time now. It's time to, if you haven't already, get your docs in ready. So when it does open back up, you're ready to apply for that too, because you can apply for both, right?
Yeah, you can, and you need your credit straight. Get over to Jeremiah, get your credit straight before you even apply for these people money, and just just operate business the way that it's supposed to be. Because the people who are winning Jeremiah, I've seen somebody that could qualify for $80,000. Their business was structured properly, but because it wasn't, they only received $7,000.
Wow,
that's a big difference.
That hurt. That hurts me.
That would hurt.
See, this is the type of stuff. And if you're one of those people, and you made a lot of money, but you don't have your structure in order, I mean, get QuickBooks. Automate it. Hook it up to your bank account. It tracks everything. That's all I do. I don't keep track of every dollar, every transaction, but I made it so QuickBooks did. So I can generate a P&L in 2 seconds.
That's it.
And that's what I'm talking about. So those are the systems that you need in place to operate a business successfully. So we're going to start wrapping it up.
Okay.
And listen, before you start just blowing phones up, okay, go to the website, schedule an appointment. All right. If you need to, you can even go to the website and look at the application. It's very simple. It's only a few supporting documents, the standard stuff that is needed. And then if you have questions, I'll be available. And if I don't know, I got his cell phone number. I know how to get him. But my point is, I partner with a tax professional, so it's done right. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. I don't partner with nobody who's gonna do it right. If you out here doing something that's gonna get me caught up and mess up my name, it ain't gonna happen. And I trust this brother right here. And so we just want to help. We want everybody. We can all eat and we can all come up together, but we got to do it by the book.
That's it. I forgot to tell you, Jeremiah, nonprofits can also apply this time around.
Ding, ding, ding. There you go.
That's nonprofit. They didn't leave them out.
Right. Nonprofits. I mean, personally, I got like 3 businesses. So, I mean, I need to look into that. We're going to have that conversation too. But some of them are not profitable. But they're on paper. They've been in existence for over a year. I'm not going to try to push nothing through trying to get a couple extra bucks.
Yeah.
Because I mean, quite frankly, business is good. But hey, if I can get $20,000-$30,000 and it's forgivable, and I can use it to reinforce my infrastructure and kick up my marketing a notch, expanding my audience, that's well worth it easily.
Yes.
Nobody that's in the business arena should not apply. All right. If you got a business, apply. Okay. Let them say no. All right. But if you don't even try, then you shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Garrett, I want to thank you for spending the time out of your busy schedule. I know you're just as busy as I am.
I have to take care of.
I think this will be watched and well received, and we'll get a lot of views. And I'm sure people are already going to the website and checking it out. But I want to thank you for coming on. We'll talk to you. Hey, you guys, thank you for watching. My name is Jeremy Davis. This is the Business Orchid, and I'm the Fun Coach. Peace.